Welcome to the Webby and O'Neill channel. West Ham United 1, Manchester United 0. Kieran, your thoughts on that defeat there, son?
Yeah, I think we've got to start with David De Gea. That's the main talking point. And as you said before, what Pep Guardiola done at Manchester City and getting rid of Joe Hart, Erik ten Hag's got to be ruthless here. And I think David De Gea's got to leave Manchester United. I think they've got to take that contract away, what's been offered on the table, and go and sign a goalkeeper in the summer, because it's as clear as night and day that Manchester United don't only just need a striker or two strikers, we need a goalkeeper. Far too many mistakes now creeping into his game with his shot stopping, and we know he's not going to improve with his distribution with the ball at his feet. So for me, he's got to make a big decision in the summer, Erik ten Hag, and I expect him to do so.
Okay, if he leaves in the summer, but the thing is, it won't be just that goal and a few goals like that what will cause the thing. It's his distribution. He doesn't seem to be able to get it. And today, his distribution was poor. And at the start of that second half, could have given a goal away, son.
Yeah, it's just simple, isn't it? It's literally playground stuff, what you're seeing from him in at times with the ball at his feet. And I just don't understand why. You've seen against Brighton in the semi-final of the FA Cup, they chose to play it long. And then today, they go back into their old selves of what they used to do under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, trying to play it out from the back. And we just know that we've not got the players at the back who are comfortable on the ball, or even the midfield, really. You've got to put a little bit on the midfield as well, because they should be dropping back to receive the ball as well and creating triangles and creating space. And it's like, it's just not registering any of the heads in how to play and actually form a pattern of play in the game and building the ball up from the back.
Throughout the game, did you see really many clear chances to put the goalkeeper under pressure today?
Fabianski, listen, we've said, haven't we? I don't think he'll have too many easier games than that this season. And it's really sad to say, you know, Manchester United there in the attack. Antony, who have been praising over the last few weeks that he'd been getting better. You've seen signs that, you know, he's actually settling and adjusting to the Premier League. But over the last 2 to 3 games, he's given us absolutely nothing.
United had possession in that first half. But did you actually see it? An urgency to get in the box, right, and get the head on it. Where were the crosses? I didn't see it today. Did you see it?
Well, we did have moments of possession, didn't we? But you only really seen any bright sparks, really, in the last 15, 20 minutes.
Not good enough, that, Kieran,
listen, Manchester United should be dominating games. And it's as simple as that. That's where we need to be. And, you know, you can look at these players and you can give them the excuse of, look, they're tired, they've played too many games this season, etc., blah, blah, blah. But there'll be a plan in place, there'll be rotas in place in terms of eating, sleeping, rest recovery and stuff like that. And for me, I'm not too sure whether it's tactical. I'm seeing the likes of Casemiro over the last 2 to 3 weeks at, you know, minimum. He's just staying in that holding midfield position. Whereas we've seen him like for the first 6, 7 months of the season, he was like a box to box. He wasn't just sticking in that area. They were like interchanging him in the midfield that he'd be playing with. And I don't know if ten Hag's maybe looked at it and thought, well, we've got Varane out, we've got Martinez. We need that added protection with Casemiro just sitting there. But for me, it's just not working. And, you know, Christian Eriksen, barring that Nottingham Forest game, since he's come back from injury, he's been non-existent as well. And we're not really seeing anything from Eriksen in terms of creating, in my eyes.
I didn't see any link-up play with Malacia, with Rashford. That was non-existent as far as I could see. And then you look at Wan-Bissaka and Antony, the same again. There wasn't the link-up. Is there something going wrong there with tactically? Are they coming too far back?
Well, if you're talking about tactics, what's Bruno Fernandes starting on the left-hand side for?
Yeah, good point, that, Kieran. I mean, that's not his position, is it?
Well, it's not his position. And, you know, Bruno Fernandes isn't Wayne Rooney, where you can play him on the left, in the middle, on the right, up top, in midfield. He's just not that player. And I'm not slagging Bruno there, but at the end of the day, if you want the best out of Bruno Fernandes, at least try and put him in his best position, which is behind the striker. You know, you might criticise Bruno Fernandes for his performance today, but Bruno will always give it his best and he will try. And Bruno Fernandes does try and play some key passes, but we've just not got the forwards in the wide area or up top who can finish. They just can't even finish the dinner at the moment.
Were they poor, or were West Ham good at the back, that Man United's forwards today? Did they put a shift in, or did West Ham just block them out?
We had chances. Look, we must have had at least 7 attempts on goal in that first half. I think we must have had at least 4 or 5 in the first 17, 18 minutes. You know, Rashford, Eriksen, Rashford, Antony, they at least had 2 each, didn't they?
Yeah.
And again, it's just really, really poor. I don't know if it's a confidence thing in the last few weeks. Marcus Rashford's form's obviously dipped compared to what we've seen this season. He was banging in goals left, right and centre. And for me, it was masking the bigger problem that, we've got players in this team who just can't contribute on a regular basis and chip in with goals.
Do you fear, going forward here now, 4 games to go, dropping out of that top 4 if Liverpool come? Can we raise the game? Because this is the 3rd away game now where we give up points.
Yeah, of course. It is a worry. Of course it is. But let's not forget, we've got Wolves at home next week. Wolves aren't a great side. And to be honest, it's in some sort of ways, it's like a cup final because Manchester United need to bounce back and get the 3 points. If we don't get the 3 points against Wolves, ask me the same question after the game and you'll get a totally different answer. And then I will be worried. But, you look at mentioning Liverpool there. Let's have it right. Liverpool aren't a great team.
No.
They've not been great away from home themselves. So at the moment, I'm not too worried. But it will be a massive worry if we don't get the 3 points against Wolves next week.
I must win.
Yeah, it's a cup final because if we get beat by Wolves or even draw, where's the confidence coming from that game? Well, there's no confidence.
Well, it didn't seem that there was any confidence with our 3 forwards there today. Anything else before we go, Kieran?
Yeah, I just think, don't get me wrong, I don't think Manchester United's people might might say they bottled it, capitulation, all that sort of stuff. But I didn't see that from the team today. They still kept going, but it was like they was just out of ideas. You get to that final third of the pitch and everyone's just like running around like headless chickens. The positioning and stuff like that. You're thinking some of the players, what's your position on the pitch? You see Marcus Rashford at times dropping deep, Anthony Martial when he come on, dropping deep or on the right, on the left. It's like no one really knew a game plan, what to stick to in trying to get that even first goal. And obviously the mistake from David De Gea, it kind of set the tone from that, didn't it, really? Yeah. You had Weghorst in the first 20 minutes, looked lively, looked like he was getting involved, with the ball at his feet. But him, like the most of him, it was just like they didn't know what to do. And for me, that is a worry at the moment, that they just don't seem to have a game plan in how to go and get that ball in the back of the net.
No game plan in game. They don't seem to be able to turn it around.
I just don't think the changes are helping either. Like I say, with Bruno Fernandes on the left today, I don't understand that, me, at all. And, another player there, if Jadon Sancho, if he's not getting a game today and you've got Bruno on the left, you've got Weghorst starting in front of him, big problems for him in the summertime. Like I said at the start of the show, Ten Hag's got to be ruthless and he could be one of them names that are on the list. But in that centre midfield area as well, it's also a worry. Like I say, I'm not too sure if it's a tactical thing with Casemiro, keeping in there to look after Shaw and Lindelof, who, by the way, I think Luke Shaw's been absolutely fantastic. Had a good game today. I know he gave away the penalty against Brighton, but these things can happen. And I thought Wan-Bissaka as well today, he didn't get the help from Antony that we expect as well. And Wan-Bissaka, I thought today, looked lively up on that right-hand side, and he was coming into space trying to link up on that right-hand side and help the attack. But Antony on that right, I don't know what to do with him at the moment. And, paying £80 million for a player who's not putting it in, not creating anything, that for me, that's a big worry. And you've got a young lad there who's sat on the bench. I don't know if he was on the bench today in Palestra. I think he needs to kick up the backside, Antony, get Palestra starting the next game. So he's got, so he's worried himself about his place going further in this Manchester United side because he's just not been putting it in.
Well, listening to Kieran there, tactically, not working. That could be a problem going forward. Now,
he needs to get on a settled side now, Eric Ten Hag. We've got big cup final. Well, you could say every game's a cup final now from now until the end of the season because of what it means for Manchester United as a football club. We need Champions League football to attract the best players and also financially for this football club going into next year. We all want Champions League football. That's where Manchester United deserve to be. Yeah, but if you don't get it right tactically, we won't be getting it. Now, listen, get your comments in. He needs a stable side.
Well, we know that.
Yeah.
Smash that like. And listen, we'll be back tomorrow with a match therapy. Tune in. Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you.